W8VPV. Repeater.
Either I must have missed it or they haven't done it yet. W8VPV.
Good evening, and welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club's Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. My name is Russ, and my call is KD8VYT. But for this presentation of Newsline, I will be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Without further ado, this is Amateur Radio Newsline.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2457 with a release date of Friday, November 29th, 2024, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. An air leak on the ISS mystifies space agencies. New rules are being considered for the 5.9 gigahertz band, and Santa Claus believes in amateur radio. Do you believe in him? All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2457 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, weekly amateur radio news and bulletin service. Now reporting from Picayune, Mississippi, here is Don Wilbanks, AE5DW.
Our top story takes us into outer space where there's a mystery aboard the ISS. Part of the spacecraft continues to be leaking air. John Williams, VK4JJW, tells us how the U.S. and Russian space agencies are dealing with it.
An air leak in the Russian section of the International Space Station has apparently worsened since it was first discovered 5 years ago, according to SpaceNews.com. The leak is in the vestibule that connects the Russian module with a docking port. Bob Cabana, who chairs the ISS Advisory Committee, said that even as the Russian team looks for and hopes to remedy the cause, Roscosmos believes that there is no immediate danger to the crew.
Repeater, timeout.
time repeater out.
But before it does, it will have its final 100 kW marathon on 6070 kilohertz on the 26th of December. The marathon on the AM station will begin with radio DARC programming at 0900 UTC and continue through other programs until Radio Power Mobile concludes at 1459 UTC. Meanwhile, Radio DARC has announced that starting Sunday, January 5th, its broadcasts will continue to be carried on shortwave thanks to an agreement signed with the station in the BBC broadcast complex in Wooferton, England. Listeners across Europe and the Middle East will be able to hear the programming on 9670 kilohertz. The high-gain antenna system at the complex is expected to give the 125 kW transmission an effective radiated power of nearly 4 megawatts. Meanwhile, the radio amateur-owned and run Channel 292 10 kW transmitter near Ingolstadt in Germany will continue to use the 6070 kilohertz frequency for more local reception of Radio DARC's program. The ORS station was formerly the Radio Austria International broadcast station and is well known for having had Europe's largest directional antenna system for shortwave broadcasts. A group of hams from eastern Pennsylvania boarded a special train to join Santa in collecting toys for the needy during a nearly 5-mile ride through Amish and Mennonite farm country. At the same time, they operated the special event station to promote their charitable mission. Amateur Radio Newsline's Mark Abramovich in T3V has the story.
Members of the Alberta's Amateur Radio Club and East Penn Amateur Radio Club joined forces to organize the Operation Toy Train event in northeastern Berks County, PA, in cooperation with the U.S. Marine Corps' Toys for Tots program on Sunday, November 24th, the last Sunday of November. The team, led by Nicholas Hopke, KC3SGN, and Walt Skavinsky, KB3SBC, activated W3A aboard a Conrail
Repeater timeout. Time repeater out.
Contacts using the W3A call, including QSOs with stations across the continental U.S., Puerto Rico, and even Great Britain. Skavinsky said one guest operator, whose handle is Sierra Alpha November Tango Alpha, was particularly thrilled to learn that all those who made contacts with W3A were on his nice list. Skavinsky says Santa was happy with the donations of so many toys brought by those who came out to greet the train and check out the activities of his ham friends. Santa thanked them all and promised he would make sure the toys find homes this Christmas. I'm Mark Abramovich, NT3V, in Kutztown, Pennsylvania.
Ireland's National Ham Radio Society recently lost a friend and a longtime advocate. We hear about him from Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
Working behind the scenes for the Irish Radio Transmitters Society, Michael McNamara, EI2CL, left his imprint. Having joined the society in 1965, first as a shortwave listener, he later took up the responsibility for collecting and sorting the incoming QSL cards and other items of correspondence. Michael got his ham license in May of 1973 and became a society committee member. One of his accomplishments was to draw up the rules for the Worked EI Counties Award in the mid-1980s. Outside of his society responsibilities, Michael became well known as a high-scoring award chaser of DXCC, IOTA, and summits on the air. And before the 1991 collapse of the USSR, he actively chased contacts with all the Russian oblasts. An enthusiastic activator himself, he would also travel with teams to Irish offshore islands. In the 1970s, he was a contest station operator for EI1AA, which was widely known as the Irish Leprechaun Contest Group.
Repeater timeout. Time. Repeater out.
How about expressing yourself in a haiku? Pick up a pencil and join the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge. Share your experience by sending an original haiku to us here at Newsline. Use the entry form on our website, arnewsline.org, and please follow the rules for writing your 3-line haiku. Sorry, but we cannot accept any entries that are not written in traditional haiku form with the correct number of syllables for each of the 3 lines. Share with fellow listeners the poetry that is inspired by your ham radio experience. With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AMSAT News Service, ARDC, Cameras Netherlands, David Behar, K7DB, the FCC, 425DX News, Peter Ball, EI7CC, QRZ Forums, Radio DARC, shortwaveradio.de, the Soda Reflector, The Verge, Wireless Institute of Australia, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW in Picayune, Mississippi, saying 7-3. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2024. All rights are reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. Net to start in about 10 minutes.
W8VPV with tones.
The time is 12:51 p.m. W8VPV. Repeater. Port. Link active. The time is 8:27 p.m.
Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Monday night VHF UHF net. My name is John and my call was W03X. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. This is an open directed net. All amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. You do not have to be a club member. All traffic will go through net control, and since emergency traffic may break in at any time, please leave a brief pause between transmissions. The purpose of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information, to enhance net operating practices, and to keep members up to date about club happenings. This net meets here every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. local time, preceded by Amateur Radio Newsline at 8:01. We will start with announcements and then ask for check-ins from any officer or member who has an announcement of general interest to the club. Once that is complete, I'll take check-ins, call signs only, 5 at a time, and confirming each call. Then I'll correspond with those 5 check-ins and ask for 5 more until the action slows down, and then I'll go 1 at a time. If you're a regular participant, I'll probably recognize you by call sign. If not, please call, and please give your call repeated phonetically, followed by your name and your location. When all check-ins have been corresponded with, I will repeat the announcements and then give one last call for check-ins.
Repeater.
We also operate a band exploration net at 9:30 p.m. after this net. This evening we will be on 6 meters on or about 50.270 megahertz upper sideband. Please join us if you have the equipment. Okay, here are some announcements. The next meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be the Christmas dinner at the New Era restaurant, and it will be on Thursday, December 12th, not Wednesday. It will be Thursday, December 12th. There's a link on the website at www.cfarc.org to enter your name and call sign and how many are going to attend with you in your group. Where that is, it's on the far right side of the page, and it's under Next Meetings. It says Holiday Dinner. Please sign up here. Okay, then that's all of the meetings activities in December, but on December 30th, which is a Monday, which is a 5th Monday of the month, the band exploration net at 9:30 p.m. will be on 1887 kilohertz AM. So that'll be plus or minus QRM. And we will try AM. We did this last year, and it seemed to work out okay. Then the next meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club after that will be on January 8th, and there will be a presentation by Frank, W8VPV, about impedances and so forth, somewhat of a continuation of his previous presentation. Okay, that's all that I have in the way of announcements. Are there any officers or members who have items of general interest to the club? This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
This is W8EZT.
W8EZT, go ahead, Frank.
As many of you heard, I believe the repeater lost track of the time and did not go properly into net mode. As a result, much of Amateur Radio Newsline was lost. I do apologize for that. I think we've got that resolved for future nets, and for anybody who wants to hear the most recent version of Amateur Radio Newsline, you can Google Amateur Radio Newsline and quickly download the current story from the website. That's all I got, John. Please check me in, and I'll hop in a little bit later on. W8EZT back to net.
Okay, Frank, I have you checked in. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for any other officers or members who have an announcement of general interest to the club. Okay, not hearing any. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
Alpha Charlie 8 X-Ray Oscar.
Alpha Charlie 8 X-Ray Oscar, I have you on the list. We'll get back with you in a moment. Another check-in, please.
Hello, Bravo 8 Victor Hotel Kilo, in and out. In and out.
Okay, I got Victor Hotel Kilo in and out, and there was somebody else in and out. Please come back with your call sign.
November 8, November Hotel, Mark and Akron, in and out.
Okay, N8NH, Mark and Akron, I have you in and out, thanks. Another check-in, please.
KVI, in and out.
I have Ron, KE8KVI, in and out. Thanks, Ron. Thanks for checking in. Another check-in, please.
You had someone under Ron there earlier, John. WA4WGA.
Okay, Ray. Yeah, I hear somebody trying. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
Kilo, Echo number 8, Queen, John and Cuyahoga Falls.
KE8Q, okay, I have you on the list. We'll get back with you in a moment here. And let's see. Let's go with one more check-in.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Victor Delta, Tony, Merriman Valley.
KF8AVD, I have you in. Okay, so AC8XO, Vince, go ahead with your comments. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Good evening, John, and everybody on the net. Yeah, this is Vince, AC8XO. Just so people know, at the beginning of the month, think about if you want to write a newsletter, it would be appreciated. Otherwise,
visibility gets very thin. That's all I really have, John. If I don't get to say it earlier or say it later, happy holidays to folks, and just hope everything works well for them for the rest of the year. Alpha Charlie 8 X-Ray Oscar, back to net.
Okay, thanks, Vince, and thanks for all you do with that newsletter. Okay, let's see. So number 3 was in and out, N8NH was in and out, Ron was in and out. So that takes us to Ray, WA4WGA. Go ahead, Ray, with your comments.
Good day from the thriving metropolis of Talmadge, and soon to be snow-covered, if the weather guessers have it right. It was a little chilly this morning when I woke up. The treatment and therapy still continue. We're trying to get a different wheelchair that will go into vehicles, as I'm trying to think of who was it that said this. Oh yeah, there was a character on MASH that was giving Colonel Potter his driving test, and he said, "This is a vehicle." Let me let it drop. And there you go. Now, here is an idea that you would think came from the Babylon Bee, and it probably did, because it's not going to happen. Santa Claus is not going to make Iran, because Iran has declared itself to be a no-fly zone for Santa Claus. I know that's something you'd probably see in the Babylon Bee, but there you go. Otherwise, not a whole lot going on here. Went to church Sunday, got myself baptized. So did 4 others, dropped. And it was a little wet in that church after all that was done. Went to where Summit County Aries has its meetings. Or wait a minute, who is it that has the meetings at that sports bar? Anyway, went there, had lunch. Good time was had by all. Then I came back here and took a nap. And that's it from here, John. And let's see, I heard you the other night, and you were hitting your microphone a little hard on the Aries net on Monday night. Tonight is Monday night. Anyway, WA4WGA, back to you, sir.
Okay, Ray, very good. Yeah, the Aries, before the meeting, they have an informal gathering over at Rockneys on West Market Street, just west of the Red Cross building where the meeting is. So that may be the one that you were at. So good luck on obtaining a suitable wheelchair there. So so have a good evening, 73, and we'll listen for you next time. Okay, so that takes us to John, KE8Q. Go ahead, John, with your comments. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor.
Roger, Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor. This is Kilo Echo number 8 Queen. John up here in Cuyahoga Falls. Yeah, we bought a house here in 1984 and we're still in it. So we've been here a while. Got my amateur license way back in March, I think it was, of 1978. But it was under a different call name, WD8ITJ, so it's been a little bit of time there. Got my extra in 1980, and so we're holding on to that ever since. Trying not to lose it. Okay, back to net control. Whiskey Papa 8, this is KE8Q.
Very good, John. I got my amateur radio license in April of 1979, and then I got the extra in June 1991. That's when I got this 2x1 call sign. Before that, it was KA3DMW, which I see still shows up as my call sign back then. Okay, thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. So next is Ray, KF8AVD. Go ahead, Ray, with your comments. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor.
Hey, this is Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha Victor Delta. Sorry, net control. I meant to say that I was in and out tonight. My apologies.
Okay, Ray, I'll mark you as in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, that takes us to the bottom of the list. So this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W8VPV at the mic asking for check-ins. Let me know if you are in or in and out.
K8WTK.
KA8WTK. I have you on the list. Another check-in, please.
K8PU.
K8PU, Larry, I have you on the list. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha X-Ray Mike.
KFA AXM, I have you on the list. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Charlie Alpha.
Let's see, I got KF8 Charlie, and what was the rest of the call sign?
Charlie Uniform Alpha.
Okay, Charlie Uniform Alpha. We'll get back with you in a moment here. And one more check-in, please.
Whiskey Alpha 8 Radio, Charlie November.
W8RCN, I have you on the list. We'll get back with you. Okay, so let's go to Bill, KA8WTK. Go ahead, Bill, with your comments.
W8VPV, KA8WTK. Good evening, John, and everybody on the net. Not much going on here in chilly Talmadge. We really in earnest started doing the decorating today for Christmas. We're about 2 weeks behind, but we'll get caught up. And we're going through a bunch of decorations brought home from Dad's house that we found out in the garage, back in the corner, and some of it's stuff my wife made for them as Christmas decorations 40 years ago. And it's really interesting to go through some of that stuff and see it again. And it brings back a lot of memories. Back to net control, W8VPV, KA8WTK.
Okay, Bill, very good. Sounds like you're having fun there, so thanks for checking in. 73, have a good evening. Okay, next was Larry, K8PU. Go ahead, Larry, with your comments.
Oh, evening, John. Sad to say it's not 80 and sunny at Cuyahoga Falls. No good drive tonight. But we're lucky. My grandson's up in Chardon, and they get it by the foot. I don't even know what the latest amount is he got. Not quite like Ashtabula, but they're right in that normal primary snow belt where they get it just, like I say, by the foot. So, feel bad for him. I don't know if he can get out of his driveway. He was here for Thanksgiving and all that, but he's probably kind of locked in for a little bit now. That's about it, John. I'll catch you over on at 6 tonight. Yeah, 6 at 9:30. So back to you. Everybody keep warm and, hope we don't get it by the foot. W8VPV, K8PU.
Yeah, okay, Larry. Yeah, very good. Up there, they get it by the foot where we get it by the inch. So, that was a different story up there a few days ago. So thanks for checking in, and I'll listen for you on the 6-meter side. Okay, so that takes us to Rich, KF8AXM. Go ahead with your comments.
Hey, Roger, John. Good evening to you. W8VPV, KF8AXM. Just hanging out, listening to you all tonight. Had some surgery earlier in the month and had invested in some new equipment and new antenna. Was going to kick it up a big notch, and then, of course, now we have this great weather, so probably going to put it off to spring now. But anyway, wanted to also give a shout out to Tony down there in the valley. If you're still got your ears on, give me a call sometime, Tony. We'll get together. I'm just at the top of the hill. So 73s, everybody.
Okay. Let's see. A few years ago, when the marathon, instead of going on the towpath trail, I guess there was some kind of construction going on there. I recall that not far from the store there, that part of it was closed. So they were running the marathon on Merriman, and my spot was on the Merriman Road on the corner with your street. And so I had my my chair set up on the I guess that would be the west or northern corner, and I felt something on my ear, and I looked, and here it was a little wee French bulldog pup, I guess was sniffing my ear or something. So so that was funny there. And it was standing on the little wall there that had my head even with the just slightly above the wall with my because I was sitting on that chair there. So that's a memorable occurrence there with your street. So thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, let's see. So that takes us to KF8CUA. Go ahead, Eric, with your comments.
Hi, this is KF8CUA, Eric in Go. This is my first contact since receiving my technician last week. Just checking in to say hello. Want to thank Anthony, K8ZP. I met him about a month ago at a Boy Scout event, and he got me moving to get my technician. Just saying hello, and back to net.
Okay, thanks for checking in, and congratulations on getting your license. Very good, and I hope to hear you on here again. Okay, next is WA8RCN. Go ahead, Jim, with your comments.
Okay, John, W8VPV in the group, W8RCN. Say good evening, everybody. And probably like everybody else, we're getting ready for winter, wrapping up a few things outside. And, man, we still got, leaves to go yet, too, but they're getting covered by snow, so I don't know how that's going to pan out. Hopefully we'll get a warm enough day we can get them blowed up and tarped to the curb and don't have to be messing around in the springtime. But anyway, we'll see. So we're doing that and just doing a lot of bow hunting 4 to 5 days a week, and kind of enjoying the colder weather now. Kind of need that for the hunting stuff. So anyway, that's about it, John. Back over to you, W8VPV, W8RCN in Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah, very good, Jim. Regarding the leaves, the first time that they were supposed to come by, they did not, and so they changed the whole schedule, to make it 1 week later. So it was going to be, November 4th, 18th, and then December, whatever that first Monday in December was, that was the second. So they changed it to December 9th, and November 25th. So they did come by on both the 11th and the 25th. They did a really good job too. So that's the story on the leaves here. So right now there's not much more in the way of leaves for them to pick up. So on the 9th, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Okay, that takes us to the bottom of the list. So this is John W3X at the mic, asking for check-ins for the Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor VHF UHF net.
Recheck.
Recheck, go ahead.
This is Tony, KF8ABD down in the valley. I had half my ears on whenever that other operator gave me a call, and I did not catch his sign. Could you come again?
Hey, Roger, Tony, it's Rick, Kilo Foxtrot 8 Alpha X-Ray Mike. Met you over at the church in the valley on our POTA.
All right. Yeah, I remember you. You're KFAZOXM, correct?
Close. Kilo Foxtrot 8, America X-Ray Mike.
All right, thank you for answering my call. Yeah, I'll definitely reach out to you on the repeater.
Sounds good, my friend. Take care.
KF8ABD, clear.
KF8AXM, clear.
Okay, very good. That was some pretty useful correspondence there. So, okay, so this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor asking for check-ins.
Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor, this is KE8 ULC Kurt in Cuyahoga Falls, in and out.
KE8 ULC Kurt, I have you in and out. Thanks for checking in. 73, and good luck with that upcoming surgery there. Okay, another check-in, please.
Richard John, W8VPV.
Go ahead, Frank. This is Whiskey 8 Victor, Papa Victor.
Just a real quick update. We also made some more forwards progress in the clubhouse. I know you were there, so this is not news to you, but what started out as an emergency window repair proceeded forwards. I got the job done. It's not real pretty looking from the outside, but it will be waterproof and probably one of the warmest spots in the building. And at that point, we had enough manpower there so that we went ahead and pulled up the wire antenna. Those of you who probably saw last month's newsletter, we had put some ropes in place to do said pull-up, and we got that done about a week ago. Anthony got on the air and actually made contact, so we're in the process of getting ready to run a permanent length of coax over to the shack, and we expect to be doing an on-the-air event. I believe there's an event coming up on the 9th or 10th of December. I'm going to have to go look. I'll get more information for next week's net. Maybe a 10-meter amateur roundup or something like that. It's a great opportunity for technicians, and we expect to have the radio up and running by then. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. That's all I got, John. Back to net, W8EZT.
Yeah, thanks, Frank. And yeah, the crescent wrench was involved with that antenna stringing also, so that was funny. Okay, very good. Let's see. How are you going to get the coaxial cable inside?
That's going to be a fairly simple thing. Since that window is going to be replaced, we're just going to go in there with a either a spade bit or some kind of a smooth wood cutting bit, and just go through the side of the window frame. Leave about a 7/8 inch diameter hole there, and that'll leave enough space for to get the coax connector, the PL259 connector through. And rather than draping coax across that large open space, I think we're going to run a stringer line in there and put a bunch of hangers below that, maybe shower curtain hangers, and run the coax through there. So it'll be evenly supported. We won't have to worry about it sagging under its own weight.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I was thinking that. Very good. Sounds like a really good plan there. So that's quite an accomplishment there, getting that antenna into operation. Anything else, Frank?
Well, it hasn't happened yet, but those are the plans right now. And as I say, we're going to have an operating event for club members during that weekend. We'll have more about that in the next couple of days, probably something in the newsletter about that. That's all I got, John. You're doing a great job. Thanks very much. We'll be back to net. We'll catch you on 6 meters tonight. W8EZT.
Okay, Frank, very good. Thanks for the update on that, and we'll listen for you on 6 meters. Okay, this is WO3X, John at the mic, asking for check-ins for the Whiskey 8 Victor, Papa Victor, VHF, UHF net.
November 8, Bravo Alpha Yankee, N8BAY, Ralph and Stowe, in and out.
Okay, Ralph, N8BAY, I have you in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please.
Kilo Echo 8 Tango Quebec Romeo, KE8TQR, Keith in Uniontown.
KE8TQR. Go ahead, Keith. We'll go one at a time now. Did you resolve that issue about the PI decision? Over.
Whiskey 8 Victor, Papa Victor. This is KE8TQR. Good evening, John. No. I think I'm going to
put off eating anything for dessert this evening. It's getting kind of late in the evening, and I do have to wash my nice figure. Hi. But something I wanted to suggest to Frank, if he's still listening, you were talking about putting a small hole next to the frame of the new window. Just a thought, Frank, you might want to use a piece of 2-inch PVC. I realize you're only running one piece of coax right at the moment, but what I've done here in my shack is taking the 2-inch PVC, run it through the side of the house, and I can put all my coax through one pass-through. So that's just my opinion right at the moment, so you do with it what you will, but that's my thought about that, because down the road you might want to add more coax. You don't want to drill more holes. Anyway, had a great day here, and a good dinner, no pie. And I did do a little work out on the tower. I had a small window out there, so I got some of that done. One of the main things I still have left to do is run the control cable from the tower to the house. That's the control cable for the rotor, so that still needs to be done. And there's a couple other little pieces I got to add, but I'm getting to it. And I'll find me a window in this weather, no matter what it does. But anyway, I'm getting her finished. Just want to wish everyone a great rest of the week. Hope everyone's week goes well. If you're out there traveling for any reason, be careful, be safe, and watch out for those other drivers on the road. And that's about all I got. I'll send it back to you, John. Thanks for running the net tonight, and we'll just clear from here. This is KE8TQR saying 73, and God bless.
Okay, Keith, very good. And if you ever have that problem again about which pie, blueberry or pumpkin, to choose from, I suggest having half a piece of each. So that way it won't be such a critical issue there. And it sounds like you're coming along good with that tower installation, and yeah, I still have to run the new coaxes from the wall where they're going to go out to the radio equipment. I have one run, and so I'll be running those shortly, hopefully. And then I'll be able to tilt the tower over and put the new antenna and rotator and mast on there. So but you already did all that part there, so you're in good shape with that. So thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. And maybe we'll hear you on 6 meters there on 50.270 upper sideband. This is Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor, asking for check-ins. Whiskey 8, Victor Papa Victor with John, W8VPV at the mic, asking for check-ins.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Bravo Yankee, in and out.
YBY, we have you in and out. Thanks for checking in, 73, and have a good evening. Another check-in, please. Okay, not hearing any at this time. I'll repeat the announcements and then give one last call for check-ins. Okay, so the next regular meeting of the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club will be on January 8th, and that will both be in person and on Zoom. Let me make sure I got the date right there. And in person, it will be at the Pilgrim United Church of Christ in Cuyahoga Falls, You get to the meeting by going to the parking lot, which is off of 2nd Street south of Broad Boulevard. That's January 8th at 7:30 p.m. Let's see here, and then before that, this month is the Cuyahoga Falls Amateur Radio Club Christmas dinner at the New Era Restaurant on December 12th. That's a Thursday. It's not a Wednesday, it's a Thursday. So go to the website, www.cfarc.org, and there is it says next meeting, and then under that is a link to a sign-up page for the Christmas dinner so that we know how many are attending. So please go to that link and put your name and your call sign, and then how many are going to attend, counting yourself. Now, December has 5 Mondays, and so since it'll be winter time on December 30th, Monday, December 30th, the 9:30 p.m. net will be on 160 meters. And we've done this before during the winter, and so we will be at 1887 kilohertz, and we're going to try AM. That's amplitude modulation. So that will be a little bit different kind of operation, and I will be the net control station then. Okay, and Frank was mentioning that there is a 10-meter contest, and we may be able to do an operating session at the clubhouse during that contest. So take a look at that, and we'll have an announcement about that on the web page there. Okay, so that's all that Vince AC8XO, the newsletter editor, is mentioning to think about articles for the next newsletter. So see if you can come up with something for the first newsletter of the new year. Okay, so this is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor with John W8VPV at the mic. Last call for check-ins. Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor, last call for check-ins. Okay, not hearing any. In preparing to close this net, I would like to thank all of you who took the time to join us and check in tonight. Without your participation, there would be no net. This has been John, and my call is W8VPV, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I will close the net with 18 check-ins counting myself and return the repeater to normal customary amateur radio use. This is Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor closing the net at 9:14 p.m. local time. 7-3.
W8VPV. Repeater. W8VPV. Repeater. W8VPV. Repeater.
Amateur Radio Newsline.
At 8:01 tonight. W8VPV. Repeater. Net tonight at 8:30. W8VPV. Repeater.